Next up, at UFC Atlantic City, we have Bill Algeo taking on Kyle Nelson. Bill Algeo, 18-7 overall, 4-1 in his last 5. He is on a nice 2-fight win streak. He's taking on Kyle Nelson, 2-2 in his last 5, 15-5 overall. He is riding his own 2-fight win streak. This gives me a little bit of PTSD, and it shouldn't. But I see Bill Algeo, and I keep thinking Billy Quarantillo. And they're not the same fighter at all. They don't have the same fighting style. They're not the same at all. But it does give me that same, like, you know, mid-level, should win part of the division, have a couple of weird fights on both sides kind of vibe. But people are very confident in Bill Algeo. The line movement doesn't reflect that. He went from -250 to -190. But the comment section certainly does reflect that. According to the people on the Twitter and in the comments, Kyle Nelson's going to lose this fight. He's no good. I disagree. While I do think Bill Algeo wins this fight, Kyle Nelson's actually pretty good, and I think he's proven that over his last couple of wins. He's a solid striker. He's got good power in his hands. He's been in the UFC for a long time. He's been here since 2018. He did just get his 3rd win, so he's still got a losing record here. He needs 1 more, but he's got solid takedown defense. He does a good job using your shots to sort of sprawl and spin and take over. And we just watched him move forward and beat Fernando Padilla, who just got his own finish win. So all of a sudden, Kyle's wins are looking better. And I think he is a lot better than his record, or at least certainly better than the reputation that for some reason he has. Bill Algeo's good as well. He's got that awkward Wonder Boy karate style stance with his hand placement. He does have some solid defense, surprisingly high output. Typically, those stances, there's not going to be a lot of volume there, but Bill Algeo does have a good amount of volume, landing over 6 significant strikes per minute. Decent takedown defense, decent takedown accuracy, right around that 50% mark. He's got plenty of cardio, and we know he is absolutely durable as shit. And to top it all off, to round it all out, I believe he's a BJJ black belt. Bill Algeo should win this fight, right? He's got that tricky striking. He's got good BJJ. His volume is absolutely insane. And he's very durable. We saw that in the Herbert Burns fight. The concern, though, is that Kyle Nelson has become a busy forward pressure striker. That's how he beat Padilla, and that's sort of who he's becoming. And even though Bill Algeo has that karate style, which should be defensively sound, he gets hit a ton, like a lot. And Kyle Nelson could move forward, stay in his face, touch him up as others have. But I think Bill wins. I think he stays on the outside, avoids the wild forward pressure, and if it gets to the ground, he certainly can survive. So Bill Algeo is going to be the pick, but here's that stat, landing over 6 significant strikes per minute and hit with more than 4, which again is very odd considering that karate style stance. What do you think, Jakey Bombalotes?
Yeah, I disagree with I almost disagree with the stats as far as him getting hit a bunch, because a lot of that stuff with this stance is it's off the shoulders. It's like you see people trying to like strike against people with that Philly shell or with Wonder Boy. It's a lot of off the shoulders. If it hits him, he's able to roll. He rolls with stuff pretty well. And I think it is that stance and that striking style that's going to get him this win. Kyle Nelson came in and was able to wear down a couple young kids, right, and look good. He looked like that savvy veteran wearing down some young kids and be able to score and win rounds in those fights. Bill Algeo is just not that guy, right? Bill Algeo is not a guy that's going to slow down. He's going to control the range. He's going to control the pace. And the one thing that people forget about Bill Algeo that he showed off kind of at the very end, I think, of that Alexander Hernandez fight was he's a good grappler. He's a good wrestler. He's got good takedowns. He can grapple. And if he wants to wrestle and grapple in this fight, he could probably get it over with. Like, I think he can find a finish that way. But I think that Bill Algeo does what he does. He's going to do that karate style. He's going to have some fun in there, big crowd, and just kind of point fight this guy to death. So if he starts wrestling, I think he could find a finish. If he stays on the feet, I don't think he's going to run into any issues. Even if he does, he can go to that wrestling kind of default and has a plan B, which is always good. So I love Bill Algeo in this fight. I just think that Kyle Nelson isn't dangerous enough as it is. And then you add that to how hard it is to really land on a guy like Bill Algeo. I think it's just going to be too much to overcome, and Bill Algeo is just going to win the rounds too easily. So I'm pretty high on Bill Algeo this week.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything. And I might just have some I literally might have some PTSD here from a couple of these spots, right? Like I thought
it's Bill Algeo, Billy Q, and Julian Erosa, who are like all three, like it feels like they're the same type of just tough dudes that are sometimes they're in trouble, but they are just wearing people down and this and that. But I think Bill Algeo is a little bit more technically sound, definitely than Billy Q.
He definitely is, but you know the whole thing last week was I picked Billy to win. I bet on him to win, but all I needed him to do was get to a decision, and he was always tough enough that that's not a problem. And then it was a problem. And then now Bill Algeo, similar type story. Yeah, he should be able to. This should be the over. We'll see what happens. I agree with you. Bill Algeo should win. He's the more well-rounded guy. The BJJ black belt is just the cherry on the top. $9,100 in DraftKings Fantasy. You spending that money on Billy Algeo.
I honestly think he can be a sneaky play. I think he can be a sneaky play.
You think he can? Well, I mean, he would have to finish or wrestle heavy to be worth that money, basically.
I think he'd be a sneaky play because he can throw volume. If he has somebody backing up and Kyle's, tough enough to eat a lot of shots, Bill just fucking stay on you too. Yeah. I mean, he'll stay on you. You can add up points quick like that. What the fuck was that?
You all right there, bud? Oh, just before you're like, it's a miracle I didn't get sick in Vegas, and then now you're having a stroke on camera. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty clever. Well. We're both on the Bill Algeo side. Jacob is going to throw him in his DraftKings lineup. And if you want to see more DraftKings fantasy plays, not only bets and picks, but also our DraftKings optimizer, the ownership projections, and everything else, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member top. It's only freaking $10 for an entire month. There's no tiers. There's no packages. $10 for everything for an entire month.
Look at that. I think it's a sign.
Wonder Boy. There you go. Karate style. Dr. Y with another $5 super chat. He said, I liked Parker because when he won, he kicked ass. And when he lost, he got his ass kicked. I mean, he went out there. He fought. Parker wasn't, he wasn't a bitch. You could say, he got knocked out. But he wasn't a bitch. He went out there. He fought. He fought Jalton Almeida, killer. Fought Justin Taffa, struck with Justin, knowing full well who Justin is.
Is it true that he was one
even
of the,
Carl Williams refused to strike with Justin Taffa, not Parker. What was that?
Is it true that he was one of the Teletubbies?
I don't know why we're going to disparage people. Guy couldn't be nicer in real life.
This is my second William Gomez card. It really kind of pisses me off.
Before you go, let me give you $50. Anybody who goes to WeWantPicks.com/bets and signs up with any one of our affiliate partners gets $50 as a thank you. Use the link, sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you.